Investments you must make in your youth to become rich. How many of you can stand up and affirmatively say, I am completely financially secure? If your source of income were, say, unexpectedly interrupted, would you have enough money to sustain yourself for the next 2 years or more? It is truly unfortunate what is happening in the world with the current pandemic. But if the pandemic were to extend for another year, where would you be financially? These are the tough questions we must ask ourselves every day. If you found yourself uncertain about some of the answers to these questions, then you had better pay close attention to what I am about to tell you. In fact, take a pen and paper, you will need them to take notes. 10. Analyze your current financial situation. This is where the tough questions come into play. You must be completely honest with yourself. You must list exactly how much you earn, all your long and short-term debts, and all your expenses. The first step towards financial freedom is financial awareness. Just like in business, where you should always know your numbers, in life, you should be 100% aware of all the money coming in and going out. What you need to do is take a book that will be solely for your finances, or open a folder on your computer to store this data. Make sure to note your true financial situation and be as honest as possible. Once you have done this, you can proceed to the next step. 9. Evaluate your expenses. The next step is to look at what and where you spend your money. This step will require you to monitor your expenses for the next 3 months. And I know it sounds difficult and maybe a bit boring, I understand, no one wants to keep a record or let alone start noting what they spend every day for 90 days. But, once you start and create momentum, believe it or not, it actually becomes easier. The first few weeks will be boring, but after a while, it will become ingrained in your daily life and soon you won't be able to spend a cent without noting it. Once you have completed recording what you spend for 90 days, you will be able to clearly identify unhealthy trends in your spending. Perhaps you spend too much on coffee, or you unnecessarily buy shoes you don't need, or you have a partner who absorbs a large portion of your income. Look at every single item on your spending list and ask yourself if it is really necessary, and by necessary, I mean you can survive without it. For example, you can certainly survive without a new phone this year or without upgrading your television, but you cannot survive without groceries. Once you have evaluated everything on the list, create a new list with only the essentials. This will be your new spending guide. And now here's the warning, you cannot spend anything more than what is on the list. In fact, the only modification you can make is to spend less. At this point, you might take some measures like moving to a smaller house, skipping vacations, selling your expensive car in exchange for a cheaper one, and even selling other depreciating assets like your boat, if you own one, or any unnecessary item. Additionally, I like the idea of applying Jay-Z's money rule, which says, if you can't buy it twice at once, then you can't afford it. Instead of saving for a $40,000 car, why not buy a $20,000 car and save the rest or put the rest into a more useful fund? Another valuable piece of advice is to make large purchases only for items or goods whose value increases. Don't buy the creme de la creme of TVs, or a $3,000 dress, they won't make you money. Rather consider saving your money and putting it somewhere else, like perhaps in your retirement account. 8. Create a vision board. I know it's a cliché. And you've probably heard it 5 million times, if not 10 million. But everyone needs direction, consider it as your personal GPS, and that is exactly what a vision board will be for you. It is one of the single most important steps you can take to improve your financial status and your well-being, and, at the same time, it should help you avoid going off track. This vision board should highlight where you would like to be in the next 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years. Be as realistic as possible, but don't shortchange your vision. If you want a $10 million house, write it there. If you want the car of your dreams, put it there. If you want the life of your dreams, put it there. You might not get it in a year or two, but it would be realistic to set a timeline of 5 years or more. Once you have created one, make sure to place it where you can see it often, so that it constantly reminds you of your dreams. 7. Pay off your debts. Now that you have a vision board, a spending guide, and are fully aware of your financial situation, you should go ahead and start paying off your debts. There are 2 approaches to this. You can start paying off the cheaper debts first, or alternatively, you can start tackling the more expensive debts first. It all depends on who you are, and you need to be very self-aware here. If you are one of those people who tend to need constant motivation, then you should start with the cheaper debts first, because paying them off faster will give you momentum and inspiration to continue. If, however, you are self-motivated and are one of those people who, once their mind is set on something, they have to achieve it, then start with the bigger debts first. So, when you decide which debt to start paying off first, you should consider the amount of the loan and its interest rates. The larger loans with high interest rates are the expensive loans, while the smaller loans with low interest rates are the cheaper ones. So, when you decide which to start paying off first, it really depends on you as an individual. But keep in mind that debt is not entirely negative. Debt is what determines your credit score. If you don't borrow money, you won't have a criterion by which to rank your credit score, so you might end up with a low credit score, which could prevent you from borrowing in the future. The most important aspect of debt is how you manage it and what you use that money for. If you borrow money to finance a house, that's fine because the house will increase in value and offset the interest rate. In short, don't borrow money to spend on things that don't increase in value and always stay up to date with your payments. 6. Start growing your savings account. Make sure that at least 10% or even better 20% of your income goes to a savings account with substantial yields. It is important that you start saving as soon as possible. As far as I know, saving is the best way to start creating a good reserve of money, which you can then use to invest in other high ROI investments. So one of the best things you can do for your finances is to set up automatic withdrawal systems where, once the money comes into your account, it is immediately transferred to a savings account. If you are seeking financial peace of mind, then saving is absolutely crucial. However, make sure that your savings account is an account that produces interest. Look for accounts with high interest rates so that you get more than what you put in. 5. Increase your income streams. Look for ways to increase your income. This can include taking on another job, starting a new business, or doing freelance work on the weekends. The goal here is to find ways to supplement your current income. You can't afford to work less than 10 hours a day, unless you have a basic pathology or a child to take care of. In truth, people waste a lot of time between the ages of 20 and 30, doing trivial things. If you ask an elderly person, they will tell you endless stories about how they wish they had worked more and taken more risks in their youth. So working hard and saving as much as possible is fundamental for a happy life in your lean years. 4. Involve a professional. Once you have some savings and your expenses are under control, you can involve a professional. This step is not entirely necessary, but it could potentially change the game. Getting general financial advice from videos, books, or magazines is fantastic, but a financial professional will give you personalized advice specifically tailored to your needs. When looking for financial advisors, before contacting one, do a background check and research their credibility, preferably on LinkedIn, or speak with some of their previous clients. You should consider getting references from friends and family and choosing someone in your city or area. 3. Get adequate insurance. The Affordable Care Act has ensured high-quality healthcare for many Americans. However, 23 states have not yet expanded their Medicaid programs to cover adults who fall within poverty levels. If your government does not help you acquire high-quality healthcare, then it is better that you get it yourself. Contact different insurance companies and get quotes and features of the different plans. Select the plan that covers the most illnesses. Even if they may be slightly more expensive, they will save you a lot of money in the future. Also, if you own property or insured assets, make sure to insure them. Accidents like fires could paralyze your finances and put you into heavy debt if you don't have insurance. Additionally, get a life insurance policy, which will be paid to your dependents in case you die or are unable to continue working for any reason. 2. Change your mindset. The game of managing and growing money is complicated. It requires discipline, routine, and strict measures. It requires that you no longer see money in the same light. Once you have gotten a handle on your finances, don't let stupid mistakes set you back. You must make permanent changes to your life. Create an emergency fund so that you don't fall back into the same situations you were in before. Exercise self-control every single day and constantly seek new opportunities to grow your wealth. And always remember, financial well-being starts in your mind. 1. Improve your skill set. Invest in your education. When you know more, you will be in a better position to apply for better jobs in better positions or even do better for your business. Additionally, with a better skill set, employers will find it difficult to fire you. Go to your HR department and find out if there are any educational benefits within your organization. You might find that your company is willing to pay for that degree upgrade. If not, set aside money to learn new skills or take professional courses. Attend seminars and networking events to expand your network. They say that your network is your net worth for a reason. If you do all this, you won't be in the same position next year or two. Many people have changed their financial situation and have even become financially secure by following these simple rules. Try them, then share your story in the comments once it works for you. In the comments, share your direct experience related to the topic covered today. We want to learn more and will gladly respond to any questions. Comment to let us know how we can improve. Your like would make us happy. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video.